Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And this is what I've been enjoying the most about doing 31 horror movies in 1 month, because yes, I'm mixing some random horror movies, some bad horror movies to get some rants in there, but also some current horror movies that maybe I wouldn't have given the time of day if it wasn't for this. And one of those movies is Ready or Not. This is a 2019 horror film that was directed by two people, Matt Bertinelli Olpin and Tyler Gillett. This is a movie that I heard very little about. Very little. I didn't know anything about the plot. I didn't know anything. All I knew is that people were saying it was good. So I checked it out. The main plot is we follow this girl, Grace, played by Margot Robbie, and I know. She's not Margot Robbie. In fact, if you guys look up reviews on this film, that's what everybody has been saying and making jokes about. This main girl, Samara Weaving, looks identical to Margot Robbie. So maybe they casted her because, well, one, she's a good actress and she was good in this movie. But two, hey, if we can trick some people in these trailers to make them think it's Margot Robbie, maybe they'll go check it out. Anyways, this girl ends up marrying this guy who's a part of a rich family. And I don't know necessarily if that's why she married him solely. It seems like she's in love, I guess. I don't know. The whole deal, though, is that on the wedding day, the family has to play a game with anyone who is trying to marry into the family. And this game is that we play, essentially, hide and seek. And it's not just any old version of hide and seek. No, it's basically, we're going to try to kill you. And you have until dawn the next morning to survive. If you survive, then you survive. But if you don't, then we kill you. Now, this is effed up. This is screwed up on so many levels. But I really enjoyed this movie. I did. First things first, this film does not take itself too seriously. Don't get me wrong, I like horror movies that are serious or that do go the more serious route, especially depending on the genre, if it's a slasher or whatnot, because I can put myself in that situation, in that moment, and it makes it that much more scary. This film decided to go the more comedic route, black comedy, I guess you could say, dark horror comedy. Because people are getting killed, yes. You do see people who are dying in some brutal and bloody ways. And so that's cool. It earns its R rating. But I like a film that once in a while can have fun with the situation. Characters who, yes, they are in danger. There is a real threat here. But there's some levity to be had once in a while. I like it. I think if the humor is well done, if the jokes are well written, then I can get behind it. If it is too cheesy, too corny, or just bad jokes, then yeah, it's not going to work. And yes, I would say it sucked. But this works for a lot of reasons. Samara Weaving, like I said, I thought she was really good. She came off as somebody who maybe you don't get a whole sense of her at the beginning, as far as who she was before all of this. But if she was a weaker person, if she was somebody who never thought she could kill somebody, she certainly steps up to the plate and defends herself in so many good ways throughout this movie. The family, they're all nuts and they're all crazy for the most part. And if you're wondering why they do this, are they just doing this just to get themselves off? Is this something just like a sick thing that they do? No, there is a reason for why, and it's almost against their will in some ways. But at the same time, some of them are on the more evil side, the sick side. And so yeah, if some of the family does die, you don't maybe care as much. But some of the actors from the family, I mean, you have Adam Brody, who I very much enjoyed. He played one of the brothers, who he couldn't care less. His character couldn't care less about having to kill this girl. You could tell he didn't want to be here. You could tell that he just thought this was ridiculous and thought this was messed up. And so there's even points where he catches her and he tells her, you know what, I'm just going to give you a 10-second head start. Go on. I'm just going to go over here and drink because this is a messed up situation and, you know, you don't really deserve it. So there you go. So I like seeing somebody in the family recognize how ridiculous this is. Also, Andie MacDowell plays the mom, and I want to mention her because it was nice to see her. She's an actress that was in Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. She was in Multiplicity with Michael Keaton. I watched that not too long ago. And watching that previous movie, I thought, where has she been lately? Then she pops up in here, and I go, oh, there she is. And she had a sick, twisted side to her, too, in here. This movie, what more can I say? I don't want to spoil too much or give too much away. I will say that it was a pleasant surprise. It was a lot of fun. It was bloody and violent, so if you're wondering, does the comedy undercut any of the kills or any of the gruesomeness? It doesn't. All of that's still there, but if you do want to have fun with a horror movie, if it's been a while since you've laughed at a movie that had some horror elements in it as well, then this is a movie that I definitely recommend. In fact, if I had to rate it, since it is this year, I'm going to give it the perfect date movie. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you have seen Ready or Not. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Would you recommend it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Souls taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask. With a deck don't machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie. Setting up to blow me, but the bitch don't know me. Who's going? I'm going. You know, I know that the man in the mirror is my next rival. Time goes and I never thought I'd live it so fast. Staring at the world from the end of my glass. Turned into a dark place, severed my brain. I done dropped out of class, but